You are welcome back. So I got all these questions, so I think we should do it. So question 1, a GP is given as log of x squared, log of x raised to the power 6, log of x raised to the power of 18. What is the common ratio? 2, if 1 over 16 x, 1 over 4, y, are in GP, find the product of x and y. 3, p minus 6, 2p, and 8p plus 20 are the 3 consecutive terms of a GP. Determine the value of A, P, B common ratio. Solution without wasting our time. So here we need to find the common ratio of this sequence. So and the common ratio will be the second term divided by the first term, like I explained earlier, then the third term divided by the second term, and so on until you get to the last term divided by the second to the last term. So here the first term of this sequence is equal to log of x squared. So and the second term, and remember that the first term is usually denoted with small a, and the second term here is the log of x raised to the power of 6, and the third term is equal to log of x raised to the power of 18. And according to the law of logarithm, if we have log of x raised to the power of n, it's the same thing as you use this power to multiply the log, so it's equal to n multiplied by log of x. So the same thing is applicable to this one. If we have the log of x squared, it can be written as 2 multiplied by log of x. Also, log of x raised to the power of 6 can be written as 6 multiplied by log of x, and log of x raised to the power of 18 can also be written as 18 multiplied by log of x. So you can see that I've simplified this one. I've given you hints, so you should be able to solve it, but I won't leave you to solve it alone. Let's solve it together. So here we can now say that our common ratio will now be equal to this, the first term. Here is the second term, and here is the third term. So the second term, which is 6 log x divided by the first term, which is 2 log x, is the same thing as the third term, which is 18 multiplied by log of x divided by the second term, 6 log x. So as usual, log x cancel log x, and how many 2 can we get in 2? 1. How many 2 can we get in 6? 3. And this log x cancel log x, 6 here 1, 6 here 3. So the common ratio is equal to 3. So what did they ask us to find? They asked us to find the common ratio. So we now say that the common ratio R is equal to 3. Isn't that simple? It's very, very simple. So let's go to the second question. For question 2, the first term is 1 over 16. 1 over 16, you have to write it, and the second term is a multiplied by r, and it was given to be x, and the third term is ar squared, which was given to be 1 over 4, and the fourth term is ar cubed, which is equal to y. So from here we can now say that we can label it if you like, so that it will ease our stress. So now say from equation 1, which is ar is equal to x, equation 1. So substitute the value of a, which is 1 over 16. So 1 over multiplied by r is equal to x. So we 1 multiplied, this r means r over 1. So 1 multiplied by r is equal to r, and 16 multiplied by 1 is equal to 16 is equal to x. So over 1 cross multiplying, we have r multiplied by 1 is equal to 16 multiplied by x. So r is equal to 16x. So So we can call that one equation 4 and keep it. So now in equation 3, let's substitute the value of r there. Substituting the value of r, which is equal to 16x, into equation 3. Equation 3 gives, so we have this one. Equation 3 is ar squared is equal to 1 over 4. That is equation 3. So let's substitute the value of r there and the value of a. A is 1 over 16 multiplied by, we got r to be equal to 16x. So you square it is equal to 1 over 4. So here we have 16x squared is equal to 1 over 4. This one is 1 over 1. So cross multiplying gives 4 multiplied by 16. X squared is equal to 1. So 16 times 4, that is 64. X squared is equal to 1. So x squared will be equal to 1 over 64. So take the square root of both sides. We have square root of 1 over 64, which is x is equal to 1 over 8. So we have known the value of x. Now we can now find the real value of r. Recall that r is equal to 16x, which we label to be equation 4. So from here, substituting x is equal to 1 over 8 into equation 4 gives the following. R is equal to 16 multiplied by 1 over 8. 8 here 1, 8 here 2. So the common ratio is equal to 2. Now, having known the value for the second common ratio, we can easily find the value of y. And this y is the fourth term. So the fourth term is ar cubed is equal to y. We know the value of a. A is 1 over 16 multiplied by the value of r is equal to 2. So 2 cubed, everything is equal to y. So we have 1 over 16 multiplied by 8 over 1 is equal to y. So 8 here 1, 8 here 2. So y is equal to 1 over 2. So we have 8p squared minus 4p squared minus 28p minus 120. Everything is equal to 0. So we have 4p squared minus 28p minus 120 is equal to 0. So we can factorize 4 out because 4 is common to 3. So let's factorize 3 and 4 out. We have p squared minus 7p minus 30. Everything is equal to 0. So invariably this one divided by that one gives 0. So p squared minus 7p minus 30 is equal to 30. So this is equal to 0. Sorry, is equal to 0 because of that ring. So this one is a quadratic equation. So then how do we solve quadratic equation? You take the coefficients of p squared multiplied by the constant, which gives us minus 30. Factors of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. Now, we need to look for 2 out of these factors that if you multiply together, it's going to give you 30. And if you add or subtract, it's going to give you minus 7. And that factor will be 3 and 10. So, 3, positive 3, then negative 10. If you multiply positive 3 and negative 10, it gives minus 13. And if you add 3 minus 10 gives us minus 7. So we know that the factor that we need here is positive 3 and negative 10. So p squared plus 3p minus 10p minus 30 is equal to 0. So take p out, we have p plus 3 minus 10, we have p plus 3, everything is equal to 0. So in one of my videos, I told you that if this inside, those one inside brackets are not the same, that means you are wrong. But since we have the same thing, that means we are correct. So we now say p minus 10, then you take one out of those one inside the brackets, that is p plus 3. Everything is equal to 0. So we can now say that p minus 10 is equal to 0, or p plus 3 is equal to 0. So from here, p is equal to 10 or p is equal to minus 3. So we have find the value of p. So the next thing is that we want to find the common ratio. So from the question, the first term is equal to p minus 6. And the second term is AR, which is equal to 2p. So when p is equal to 10, let's see what the value of r will be. So here we have to substitute the value of a inside this equation. So let's call this one equation 1 and call this one equation 2. So substitute the value of a inside the equation 2. So we have p, equation 2 is AR is equal to 2p. So equation 2, so we have to substitute the value of a and when p is equal to 10. So here is p minus 6. Let's substitute the value of a first. Multiply by r is equal to 2p. So let's substitute the value of p. That is when p is equal to 10. So wherever we see p, we are going to put 10. 10 minus 6 multiplied by r is equal to 2 multiplied by 10. So we have 4r is equal to 20. Dividing both sides by 4 gives, this cancel this, r is equal to 5. So when p is equal to 10, r is equal to 5. So when p is equal to minus 3, when p is equal to minus 3, what will be the value of r? So from here, wherever we see p, we're going to put minus 3. Minus 3 minus 6, r is equal to 2 multiplied by minus 3. So this is a minus 9r is equal to minus 6. So r will be equal to minus 6 divided by minus 9. Negative cancel negative. So we are left with 2 over 3. So we have two values for the common ratio. We have two values for r. Common ratio will be r, the first one is 5 or 2 over 3. So that is that for today.